Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be trying Binny's Brew Florida Ale from D3 Brewing Company out of Orlando, Florida. Thanks for joining us. Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give your unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we're drinking and reviewing. There's Andy in the attic. There's Jay. I'm Ben. Gentlemen, what are we drinking today?
Binny's Brew.
Binny's Brew.
Brewed magically. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Trash can lager, evidently, by the picture.
This is one I have been excited to have for a long time. I came prepared. I've got my Mickey shirt on. I've got my Epcot Rose and Crown glass here. So this was great. Excited.
And I'm just going to sit here and look pretty.
Got my foamy can.
Nice.
Hey, I didn't do that. You did.
Oh, and I've got my Binny's Brew tap handle too. Even though we can't get it here, unfortunately. So
it's hard to find here as well. Because I can't find it here. Had to have it.
Yep.
Had to pick it up on travel.
Yeah.
You've got your Epcot underwear.
I'm not going to be showing that on screen though. That's off screen. Not showing that on screen.
Only for those premier, followers of
yes.
your review.
Yes.
We do need to do a shout out to Mindy. She helped provide some of this as well. I had acquired it, and then Mindy actually brought some extra. So
awesome!
Yep.
Thank you very much. I have been seeking this one for a while, so thank you.
Been a happy boy.
Right. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Binny's Brew. This is one of our, has been mentioned, elusive. This is our white whales that we've put out since he first learned about it. It's Florida Golden Ale, 5%, 20 IBU, made with mandarin hops and light malts. They didn't specify which. It's a light-bodied taste with a touch of malt sweetness and a bready, biscuity flavor. That's about all I could find about the beer for the longest time.
Ben should take over here.
Well, I'm going to give some information, and Ben is going to finish. After we procured this, and we were planning to do it, I go start researching in the website, and the website said it was down for updating for weeks. And I just happened to check again yesterday, and it was up. And I was like, oh, great, I'm going to get all this information. No, it gave me nothing that I couldn't get from the can or from all the other digging around that I did. D3 Brewing Company. Originally, I thought it was from Auburndale, Florida, but the can says Orlando. It was established in 2024. D3, what does that mean? It is Disney Day Drinkers, Club D3. This is the official brewery of the Disney Day Drinkers. And what is that? They are Disney enthusiasts who enjoy combining their love for the parks with a passion for drinks. That club was founded in 2021. They organize events and group cruises, and now it's a craft beer. They've got multiple subgroups within it. They have singles groups which have actually led to engagements and marriages that people met. And their biggest subgroup is, of course, drinking around the world at Epcot. The notable of the group is what this beer is named after, Binny the trash can, which was a popular meeting point outside what, Ben? Show us the
Rose and Crown.
Yeah, the Rose and Crown. It's the pub for the England's or the is it
UK Pavilion.
UK? Yeah, the UK Pavilion. At one point, they had Disney, the park, moved Binny to a different location for crowd control purposes. Got a lot of heat for that, a lot of blowback from Disney day drinkers and other people. So they returned it to another location. That's all I have. Ben, I know you have a lot more info on this.
I mean, that's most of it, but yes, the trash can right outside the Rose and Crown was the meeting spot. D3 is a Facebook group that, I think pretty much anybody can join because they let me in. So it was Benny is the kind of the mascot of the group, or was until Disney decided to get rid of him, more or less. They've obviously moved the trash can just somewhere else. But it was the trash can outside the Rose and Crown, where people would not only meet for D3 events, but they would also stop and take pictures with Benny as the official mascot. The other thing about the D3 group is they have a lot of you see like the challenge coins and stuff. They have a lot of that are drinking / Disney inspired. So they got some cool things there. But given that we review beer, and being a part of that group on Facebook, just was something that I wanted to find for us to review and see what it's like. Since I don't make it to the parks that often or to the Orlando area, it was something that definitely wanted to seek out, and again, appreciate Jay, you acquiring it for us. They do serve Binny's Brew now, at least in one of the parks. I saw it on tap, or I'm sorry, I saw the can in the Animal Kingdom on a video that I saw not too long ago. So just making its way. And of course, they have some other varieties now. Binny's was the first beer that they produced.
And we will have another review coming up.
Yeah, we have another one coming. So yeah, excited about that. Yeah. So
D3 Brewing Company currently has 4 beers that they sell. The Binny's Brew, and then Retired Rides, which is a West Coast IPA, 3 Wishes, which is a hazy IPA, and Midnight Pumpkin, a wheat ale.
So I think if you go look at this, the last thing I wanted to say about it is it's pretty interesting how this all kind of came from a group of enthusiasts that go to the Disney parks and get together and have events and drink. Now we have a beer that they've created, which I think is not the normal tale, right? I mean, it's normally the people that go over to Europe and they have craft beer and they come back and they start making beer. I think it's really an interesting story of how the beer at least came to be. So, all right. Anybody had this? Jay, have you I think you're the only one that has had the opportunity to have it. So Andy, why don't you go first?
I got no problem. I will say this. I had low expectations for this beer, just based on the niche and, and just out of this. It's far exceeded my expectations. It's a really good beer. This has got, I was expecting something light in macro. I was like, this has got a lot of deep. It's got a little more malt than I thought it would. It says a touch of malt. It's got a really good malt background to it. Sweet malt, but then you get that bread finish. More biscuit than toast. And it's not as light bodied as I thought. Not very heavy, but it's that middle of the road. I was expecting to put this in the 6s. This is for me a 7.5 easily. This is a good beer. It tastes a lot, or feels a lot heavier than 5%. But this would be a good park beer.
Yeah. So I think that the malt is a lot more than I expected. That was the first thing I noticed on the first taste. And then you said a light malt, and I was like, well, it's a little bit more than a light malt as well. But yeah, like you said, it's that bread malt. I'm with you. I was almost expecting this to be a macro beer that's just repackaged as Binny's Brew. Sometimes you go to a bar and you're in Steve's bar, and then there's Steve's ale on draft, and it's really just Miller Lite or whatever. That's kind of what I was expecting with this one. Just again, like you said, based on the story, based on the niche here, but definitely pleasantly surprised. You're right. It does feel a little bit heavier than 5% because of the malt, but I think it's really good too because of how it came to be, the tap handle, the glass, the shirt. I'm going to give it an 8. I think it's a great beer.
That mystique bump.
There you go. Yeah,
that novelty.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Jake.
Yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate to have one or two of these already, so I appreciate you mentioning it, Ben. And it's one that I was glad to pick up. I think Andy hit most of it on the head. I mean, it's got that malt that's heavier, sweet malt. Definitely the biscuit. It's heavy, but it's something you could still drink on a hot day in the park, I would think. So for me, it's a 7.5.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I want to say is I think it's just got a lot more flavor than you would expect out of a 5% beer that is named after a trash can. So I don't know. Maybe that flavor comes from somewhere magical, as they say, magically brewed magically.
And after thinking about it, some of it, the flavor, I was thinking, oh, some of these it said Mandarin hops from something that I've read from another site, but it tastes similar to some of those noble hops out of the Brewer's Advent calendar that we were getting. Some of, or the Beer Garden collection, some those independent German breweries. You kind of picked that up out of it. Some of those, not the Hellas, but maybe some of those pails that we got.
Yeah, that's a great point. That is going to be a 7.7 for Binny's Brew from D3 Brewing Company, Orlando, Florida. Definitely one, I think if you get to the Florida area and you can find this, you should give it a shot. It is a refreshing beer. If you see it in the parks, definitely one you should grab too. Definitely appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers to that notification bell. We would definitely appreciate that. We're working on 500 subs by the end of 2025, and maybe we can magically get there with your help. With that, we got some other links down below. Hopped Up Beer Review merch. We've got some Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server that you can jump into and chat with the three of us and the others that have joined us. And we've got some other links for some hardware software that we use to produce the show. Check all of that out if you get the chance. And with that, we will see you real soon. For Andy in the Attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.